Good evening, all, and welcome to the Irish column for Sunday, the 22nd of February 2026. My name is Paul Fitzsimons. I'll be joined by Orla Donoghue now in a moment. But we have a packed show now tonight, loads of stuff to talk about tonight. But as we reported on Wednesday night, allegedly an attack took place on a child in Clontarf. And it's after coming out now that was true, what was said. But rather than speak about the 8-year-old child that was sexually assaulted, the ballet school came out and said that they don't want the far right jumping on any of their stuff. The truth is the truth, people. No matter who's telling it, the truth is the truth. I'm going to bring Orla up there now. Hello, Orla. How are you?
Well, how are you?
I'm good. We got the sound sorted, didn't we? There, we have earphones and everything is good.
Oh well, no. Let's wait and see.
Yeah,
Normally
let's wait and see.
9:30 when things kick off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm just going to read some of the comments. Evening all. Ireland for the Irish. Steady Eddie. Yes, you're right there. Hi there, Paul. Hi there, Vincent. How are you? Good evening, folks. Good evening, all. Hope everyone is well. How are you, Drew? How's things, mate? Evening, all. How are you, Angie? Vincent. Hi to all. Angie, hello. Michael John. Hello, gorgeous Paul. Thank you very much. Knew you get that. Good evening, Paul and Orla and all you wonderful people in the chat. Yeah, good evening and God bless everyone. Hello, Paul and Orla. Far right as opposed to what exactly? As to always right? You know. Hi, Paul and everyone. Seeing the attack and also the 8-year-old killed by a bus driver. So depressing. Yeah, it's disgusting. Good evening, Paul, Orla and chat. Teresa, were you down at... Seen Teresa there. Were you down at Enoch Bourke thing today? Good evening, Paolo, Orla, and everyone in the chat. God bless you all. Aaron Gabra. Yeah, I'm going to play a video there from this day last year in Rosslare. It's yourself, Ferg. So, yeah, I'm going to play that in a while. Good evening, beautiful Irish brothers and sisters. Good evening. How are you? Yeah. Let me just pull this up here. Oh, God. I had loads of stuff there myself. I might have been going through loads of stuff. There's some amount of stuff out there, isn't there? To be going through. I don't have it anymore. I don't have it in me anymore for protests. I know, Teresa. I
I feel the same.
Yeah, I feel the same, Teresa. I don't think they get us anywhere. I know people say... I'll be honest with you, different protests, the likes of Tusslet and all coming up, I'd say there'll be a lot of people at that. But outside Mountjoy, there's not a lot of people stand outside Mountjoy. Ferg stood there for, 2 years nearly, and there was only a handful of people stood with him. So you're not going to get the people to go out there. It's just the way it is, you know what I mean? Good evening, Paul. Good evening, folks. I'm with my Dermot Bear and Seamus Bear. Yeah, I'm with Huggy Bear. I'm with myself. We'll go to the top there and just have a look.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. The church in Italy. I want to go with that.
Yeah. See this?
This is disgusting. I'm going to yeah, it's only a couple of seconds long, but this is happening. This is happening all over Europe, you know. Oh my God, it's disgusting, isn't it? It's disgusting, but it's happening all over.
Yeah, that Muslim man was seemingly smoking, and the priest went over and told him not to be smoking. You're in a church, you know, and that's what happened. But you wouldn't see them doing that in a mosque. But like, what right did he to turn around and hit the priest? Like, that's absolutely disgusting behaviour.
It is disgusting.
No respect.
They shouldn't be in our countries. I'm sorry, they shouldn't be. Steady Eddie, they are not peacefully protesting their way out of this. We have to remove. Yeah, I think you're right. I do think you're right. I just heard a man and a woman were killed in a vehicle crash in Waterford. There's too many of these crashes. I'm going to be honest, there was a 16-year-old kid killed in Navan, I think, last night. I got word she was a friend of a friend's daughters, and it's just horrific. Like, you know what I mean? Out walking a dog, mowed down, hit and run. Do you have a fella arrested for it now? God bless the child. Hi, Arlott and Paul. Good hi. Mexico is on fire. Is it? I didn't see.
Didn't hear anything about it.
True Christianity is under attack. And Tasha is saying, any idea what happened Ballymount on Saturday? Guards had closed off roads at the lights. Could see about 15 of them further down the road. Closed the Red Cow, migrant hellhole. Somebody said it was an exercise or something they were doing. That's what I heard last night. Now, I don't know how true it is, but why would you close off everything for an exercise? I don't know, but that's what I heard last night. The Americans are pushing back against Islamists. Everyone is pushing back against Islams. The Quran tells them to attack, kill, murder, rape, commit crimes against all non-Muslims. I know I haven't read the Quran, but I've seen extracts from it. R.I.P. and God bless the family. Yeah, poor kids. And that man and woman. Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a great night and enjoy the show. Yes. Thank you very much, Gale Force Media. Should not be here yet. They shouldn't be here. You're right. Substack is full of Islamist related stories. Everywhere is full of them. Yeah. Mexico. Some about some drug lord. I'll Google it now in the next few minutes. Evening, Gale Force. My God, I really fear for this country. So sad. Everyone in government and courts are corrupt. I agree, and I agree with you. Government sent out a message to wish Muslims a good Ramadan, but no mention of Lent. I got a relation of mine. I reposted the thing the other day, Happy Ramadan, where they made a breakfast roll, and it was a ham, rashers, sausage, pudding, egg, the whole lot. And I went, Happy Ramadan. And I thought it was funny, and I reposted it. And someone that I know in Turkey sort of took offense to it and stopped following me. So, they gave me, and a family member gave out things for doing, the Muslims are all right. Get a grip, man, will you? Come on. Get a grip. Mexico cartel is attacking the police and army airports, building it in fire patrols. Stations everywhere is kicking off badly. I'll see, can I get it up on what you call it now in a minute?
Yeah, but that's drugs related, so that's a different story.
Yeah. Islam is the broom on which we shall sweep Europe clean, Rabbi Tusi. They're coming over from Europe and outside Europe with full driving license, but they can't drive. Who was driving? Yes, exactly. Who was getting them? There's too many crashes.
Did I send that article on? There was an article I featured on my TikTok page, and it was of this leash man. Well, if that's a leash man, I'll tell you, I've never heard of that name before. And he was caught driving, again, no tax, no insurance, no NCT, nothing.
Yeah.
And then he's down labelled as a leash man.
A leash man, yeah. You sent it on the other day. I think we used it. We have it there somewhere.
Yeah.
Lads, could I ask you to say a prayer for a family whose 13-year-old son took his own life? 13-year-old.
Oh my God. Oh my God, that's awful.
It's just heartbreaking. How are these kids knowing how to do this? Yeah. Anyone, please, if you could say a prayer for that family. Say a prayer for the kid, for the poor young man. God bless him. He rest in peace. Oh, the roads are lethal now. I don't cycle anymore. Yeah, and I tell you, Ned Kelly done a good video the other day. If you're not following Ned Kelly, it's Paddy Goes to Hollywood, I think he's called now, isn't it? Very good on TikTok. Follow Ned. And Ned done a video the other day coming out of one of the service stations on the M1, and he was stuck behind another Arctic going onto the motorway, now onto a motorway, and he was doing 14 kilometers an hour. These guys don't know how to drive. You should have been doing at least 60 or 70 coming out of there onto that. You know what I mean? Especially driving an Arctic like that. You know what I mean? You have a full load. No, your man, Ned had to go around them. And he said your man was as black as the ace of spades. See, what's happening is they're not hiring Irish drivers. They're hiring these foreign drivers. They get $7,000 or something for each driver they hire or something like that. They get some sort of money for it. And that's why they're doing it. The Irish drivers aren't getting the wages that they're supposed to be getting. And it's disgusting. It really is disgusting. I might reach out to Ned next week just to get him on just for half an hour or so, just to talk to us about it. The mixing of the races goes against Mother Nature, who created us in her imagination. Yeah. What can be done to support Philip Dwyer? Yes, he got a 3-month suspended sentence, as far as I know, wasn't it, the other day? I haven't heard the ins and outs of it yet. I actually meant to ring and find out yesterday, but I was a bit busy. But yeah, Philip, yeah, and I seen that video and the whole lot. Like, this is what they're doing, persecuting anyone who's speaking out, lads. That's exactly what's happening. Anybody who has spoke out about this, any of this shit for the last 4 years, is being persecuted now. Every one of us. And may God rest that poor boy's soul. Yeah, Ned Kelly is great. Ned is great, yeah. Ireland, I stand with you. Get ready for what's coming. Within the 3 years, Islam will call Islam jihad. Muslims in the UK are already calling for it. Yeah, leftists are telling teenagers how to take their own lives. Yeah, it's disgusting. The mixing of races goes against Mother Nature. Yeah. The part of Mexico it's happening in is a tourist area. Airport closed. Everyone being told to shelter in place. I've just got a message in there. Let me just check. WhatsApp. Cartel leader killed. Okay. Okay, let's just share this. And thanks very much for that, Mark. Come on. Boom. There you go. Mexico has erupted into chaos after SJNG chief El Mencho was killed in a reported joint operation between US and Mexico. Cartel members are causing destruction and officials are advising people to remain indoors. Jesus, look at that. Wow. That's crazy. Look. Mexico's in flames, guys. US Homeland Security update. War explodes across Mexico as Mexican army claims they killed the most dangerous narco overlord in Mexico. Mexican CNG cartel leader. Retaliation exploding. Roadblocks, vehicle fires, armed crashes, and Puerto Vallarta reported. Vehicles burned after being set fire by members of CJNJ cartel in streets of Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. So yeah, there you go. Mexico's on fire. He's taking your man out. Yeah, they can't even walk straight yet. Was driving back from Duns this evening. Someone driving with the door open. Guys, I've said this before. These people can't even drive. I told you about 3 weeks ago. I was over with the kids. On my way out of the thing, it was a roundabout, and your woman was going the wrong way around the roundabout. And instead of saying she was sorry, she started giving out to me for shouting at her for going the wrong way. So I don't know. I follow Ned. He is brilliant. Keelan's hire non-EU staff. Done the same during COVID. Brought in non-EU slave labour. They did, yeah. First time in ages. I started a Bible study Mondays and Wednesdays. Keep missing the show. Yeah. We're all enemies this day. Philip has a GoFundMe for his appeal. Yeah. Heartbreaking to hear about the little boy. I will offer you prayers. Thanks very much. People, if you can share this out, please do. We're up to 400 there already. Nice one to everyone who shared it out. I've seen Ned's video. I've started driving instructing again on Ned's video. So far, I've had a couple of calls who said they have full licenses from other countries. When I take them out, it's like a complete beginner. Yes, I still haven't heard anything. Hi, Paul Orlet and chat. Great to see the Mancunians fighting back. Huge march. Yeah, there was a huge one yesterday. I seen that. Yeah, I did see it. Did you see the ones we had yesterday? Palestinian one and a Ukrainian one today.
No.
Oh, I stopped buying from Keelan's for that reason. So did I. Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's move on. Have we anyone coming on now?
No.
Good. Okay. Went to church in Italy. we do Viktor Orban?
Yeah, and then there's stuff up above that as well from the other day. But yeah, play Victor.
Well, then hold on. Have I got the vape shop one? Is that what you're saying? Which one? Oh, just
Yeah,
send me.
all of
Oh,
Yeah, it's from the other
Okay.
day. I didn't just send them on the one day.
okay. I didn't put them down, but I will now.
Hmm.
Okay, so I'll play Viktor Orban.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Considered as a wall because there's legal migration, which will be very much needed in future if you have a look to demography and
Okay, sorry, something went wrong there. Gale Force Media sign in the middle of it there, so let's not go with that. Have you seen the deportation park? It's like Jurassic Park. Have you not seen it? This is funny.
No.
Son of a bitch, you did it.
Welcome to Deportation Park.
They're moving the parents. They do move the parents.
This is Rupert Lowe. There's big shit going on in England about this. You know what I mean? They're all saying Lowe is this, that, and the other, and then one is saying Farage is this, and this is going to be tricky. This is going to be tricky. Sorry.
And you able to play that Victor Orban one, or is there something wrong with it?
Yeah, no, I have it there. I'm just pulling it down, actually. Let me just have a look. There you go. Yeah, I'm just pulling it down. So what happened was I edited it earlier, and I put in the, what you call it? I put in the Gale Force Media thing over it. You know what I mean? I didn't look at it when I was pulling it down. Okay. I'm gonna just play this Michael McCarthy one, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll play this one. Just give me a thumbs up if you have sound, all right. I know why we know sound.
Is the terrorist event scenario that really keeps you up at night, not just because of the event itself, but the implications of it?
The fall of Europe. It's the fall of Europe. It's the fall of the United Kingdom is on the brink. The government of Sweden, the Prime Minister said a few weeks ago that he has lost control of the monopoly of violence. His government has lost control of the monopoly of violence.
Every week in Sweden.
He was very honest, but I think in many ways that's where Germany is at, where France is at, and those countries falling like domino effects. That is my nightmare.
Okay.
And they have done that through settlement.
She's spot on what she's saying. Sweden is incredibly dangerous now. There's no-go areas in Sweden. There's bombings every week. Bombings, imagine, in Sweden. Certain parts of England, you go to certain towns, looks nothing like England. They might as well have sold it to the Middle East or another nation. And for what? What's the benefit? The people that are coming here could have never built the countries we built. And we're acting as if somehow they enrich us. We're all standing around a plate of chicken being like, oh my God, what's that they're using? Turmeric? This is incredible. Let's bring in Hundreds, millions of them. What else do they know? All the while our streets look like shit, our culture is dying, degeneracy is rampant, antisocial behaviour is climbing. White people are taught to hate themselves because of their skin colour. What a joke.
He's right.
Yeah,
You know, we've
it's
been
all part
watching
of the agenda. We all know about that. You know, so yeah. Like, if you have, which the government has admitted, 85% economic migrants, they are of absolutely no benefit to the country. They're not here to work. They're not here to contribute. They're here to sit up on the stage and get everything handed to them. They should be immediately turned around and put back on the plane and off they go.
I just want
Well,
to
we wouldn't
read
get away with
something.
that. We wouldn't be allowed to go to another country and sit up on the
No.
dole and get a free house and a free medical card and money and everything. We'd be specked out the minute we got into the airport.
We would, indeed. I'm just going to read some of these. Hang on. They want to bring about the fall of our countries. Yes, this clearly is how the elite system agreed this to happen. Islam is calling jihad against the Western world. Be ready. Yes. Apologies for the late arrival. Apparently more explosions in Sweden than in the north of Ireland at the height of the troubles. Yeah, it's happening all the time in Sweden. If there are 85% economic migrants, then why aren't they being deported? Because they're being given a stay to stay in here, and apparently 30,000 of them. I'll read that one now in a minute. But I just got this sent to me as well. This was from a guy who was at a stag in Belfast. Okay. A group of us were attending a stag night in Belfast over the weekend. Belfast is a lot different to Dublin. There's a very strong PSNI presence on the street. They do not seem to tolerate persons loitering or harassing anyone on the streets. It felt very safe there, which was made even more obvious by single females walking the streets meeting their friends, unlike Dublin, where there are groups of Romans and refugees loitering on the streets, harassing people, which is not evident in Belfast. This morning we took the 9 a.m. train back to Dublin to do the famous Dublin brunch scene. The train was an obvious choice as none of us were fit to drive. We are going to have the afternoon brunch with a few drinks and return early this evening for work tomorrow. After getting on the train, we all wondered, had we been mysteriously transported to New Delhi or someplace in deepest, darkest Africa, as the train is full, but there are very few white faces. It seems Ireland is about to get another rather large infusion of cultural enrichment today. We got off at Connolly Station minutes ago. I can only say that it was like a night at the Greyhounds. I never saw so many people sprint off a train and disappear rather quickly. There is no one checking anything on the train, nor was there anyone checking arrivals at the station. Is this a typical Sunday morning? Is this troubling? There are trains from Belfast on the hour every hour. This is it. Yeah, from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Looking at the timetable, it claims there are 45 trains a day from Belfast. One shudders to think how many people are entering Ireland a day unchecked. As from what we have seen this morning, the Irish government figures do not match what we saw today.
But they're not honest about the numbers here anyway. So we know this is all happening. They're coming in from the UK. The government have admitted they're coming in from the UK. They have admitted 85% are economic migrants. So we're not making it up. They're saying it. They're just confirming what we've been saying for a long time. These people are not here to contribute. Yes, I saw that with a young Muslim lad. Did you see that video?
Muslim lad pulls a blade. Yeah, I have it there. I'll play it now.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to play it now. Well,
play that one, and then when you finish that one, then play the one for Helen McEntee.
Okay.
Because this is an awful story. Why are they all standing there in a row? What's that all about?
It's a standoff, you know what I mean? The Irish lads against the foreign lads. They all looked foreign on the right. But like that could have been any of our kids standing at that bus stop and getting a smack of that knife. You know what I mean? That knife could have went anywhere. You know, it's disgusting. It really is disgusting. But
So it's the Helen McEntee video.
Yeah, I'll play it now. I'm just gonna give me a thumbs up if I have to say. Sorry, I jumped out of the studio. I hit the clicky thing on my mouse. This is one of these good mouses. There's loads of little buttons on it, and if your finger touches off anything, you're sort of Donald Duck, you know.
Sir, last week, Congolese asylum seeker Kadima Mbuye was jailed after he entered into a room where a woman was recovering from surgery at UHL and proceeded to masturbate at the foot of her bed. He had 8 previous convictions, mostly for similar offences. If Ireland's international protection system is fit for purpose, how did Mbuye manage to stay here as an asylum seeker for almost 10 years and never have his claim either upheld or denied, allowing him to commit multiple sexual offences?
So I'm not going to comment on any individual case.
He was here for 10 years and he was neither approved or denied as an international applicant, an international protection applicant. That seems like a very long time.
I'm not going to comment on any individual case. Obviously, every case is different and has to be treated differently, but we have very clear rules. We have very clear procedures here, but I won't comment on individual cases.
And Minister, you've previously...
Yeah. That's...
She states there, we have very clear rules and very clear procedures. Then why the hell was that a man allowed to stay in this country with 8 previous convictions, right? And I'm assuming they're all in relation to some form of sexual assault, right? 1, and he should have been gone. On the plane, gone. Why was he allowed to stay here for 10 years? And they won't answer any questions. There's no accountability for anything. It's an absolute joke. Now, if that was an Irish person, they'd be plastered all over the newspapers, all over everything, down to what their name of the dog is called. Like you have, like they said, 8 previous convictions. That's what he was caught for.
Yeah.
What did he do that maybe nobody knew about?
Yeah, but what about the other guy who had 28 previous convictions and he got your man had all the previous convictions that was done for the child porn the other day and he got a suspended sentence.
I have that. I've sent that over to you. So where is that? If you want to put that up there now. Yeah. It's no jail for a man.
Teresa, I think Paul does be stoned. What? Because I clicked out. Okay, fair enough. Oh, God. Steady Eddie in a group. Most think immigration is a good thing because they are not affected by it. Yes, that's exactly what it is. She's a total witch.
Oh, she is?
She is.
But if that was somebody who maybe hadn't paid the TV license, they'd be in jail.
Mantra, I won't commit to individual cases. Yeah, she's a scumbag.
Yeah. Oh, she's horrible.
Lowe. Angela Leggett, Rupert Lowe for Restore Britain is all over YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, etc. But Anthony is banned and every hand's torn. Yeah, exactly. Why does the British government have the power over these American social medias? Exactly. Yeah. All of their stuff, all of their channels were taken down. Anthony's the other day, the Facebook was taken down. TikTok, Gale Force TikTok was taken down. There was loads of stuff taken down the other day. We're just trying to set up new accounts. Holy Mother of God, that's crazy. I won't comment. Silly cow. Oh my God, I can't stand that woman. Neither can I.
That's horrible.
I went in to get me doll there a while ago, and the lady behind the thing knows her, you know. And I was talking to the other lady. I said, "Oh, that bleeding McEntee." And the woman said, "Oh, she's a lovely girl." I said, "Shit." And she doesn't talk to me anymore because of it. So, yeah. Street
right,
justice,
do you want to throw up that the no jail then for the man, category 1?
Yeah, don't forget McEntee is now trying to recruit these vermin into the Irish Army. This will be the WEF, EU, WHO Army. We were told it was a conspiracy. Now you have it, Johnny Weissmuller. I was on a train going to Limerick. As we pulled into Limerick Colberg station, an Indian guy asked me, "Is this Dublin station?" Wherever he got on, he was on the wrong platform. It's all the one. You just go in somewhere and he'll be put up. That's what happens. Irish Mammy, will you be showing clips from Anthony Casey's interview with the homeless man? There's a GoFundMe set up to help him. Yeah, sharing it could make a real difference in his life. Yes, we will. Paul, he committed more crimes while waiting on a court case. Yeah, I'm sure I have that one from Anthony, or I don't know whether it was sent over or not. Anyone who smashed up 3 squad cars in Sligo, not a word about it. Exactly. Wreck the police. Yeah, listen.
Didn't hear about that, actually.
Did you not see it? Christopher Connaughty, the government are
No,
working
sure.
for the elite.
I don't be on X, I told you.
Yeah, for the 2020
Unless I have to get a news
agenda.
article, that's it. What do I say about X? I need a bottle of vodka, which I don't drink. I need a bottle of Valium, and I need a year's therapy, and that's after being on X for 10 minutes.
You're right, Aura. Did you notice when these things are happening, heinous crimes by visitors, there's always distraction on the news about an Irish person committing
Oh
crimes?
yeah. But it's like the leash man that has like no license or anything like that. He's not from Leash.
Yeah.
Do you know? But his name is further on down, like, you know what I mean? But it makes it look like it's a local man that did it. He's local, all right, to wherever he's from, which is not Ireland.
That's a gripped article I have there. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Now this is an utter disgrace.
Yeah, it sure is.
And when I ever see any of these articles, I always look down to see who the judge was, but it wasn't Nolan.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, you can see it there. No jail for man who had Category 1 child sexual abuse material. Now look at the colour of that man. If that man was white, he'd be doing 5 years. A Nigerian man who pleaded guilty to possession of the most extreme category of child sexual abuse material has been spared jail. The Circle Criminal Cork heard that Google Corp contacted the US-based Child Protection Agency, which in turn contacted Garda Síochána in 2019 after it became aware that images of child sexual abuse had been uploaded to the cloud. Austin O'Debaby from Milford Manor Avenue, Clondalkin, Dublin 22, who initially took a trial. These scumbags are living around your kids. You know what I mean? Like, they're in these estates, like, you know. To see a man getting ran yesterday, a man Glenn, whatever his name was, he was ran out of town yesterday. Who initially took a trial date but later indicated a plea of guilty, was identified after a phone number was linked to a Gmail address belonging to him. A Garda investigation located an address in Clondalkin where the accused resided with his wife and 2 children. Come on.
Lovely.
When specialist Gardaí examined the camera and phone, they discovered 11 videos and 2 images of child sexual abuse. The court heard that the camera contained 5 Category 1 most extreme child sexual abuse, which depicted, like, the way they have Category 1s, Category 2s, Category 3, it doesn't matter the category. You shouldn't have them. End of story. You should be done for having them. That's it.
Yeah.
End of.
Well, you're feeding into it. Like, this is what the problem is. You're feeding into it. You're keeping it going. You share so much as one image. You're part of the whole thing. You're exploiting a child and putting a child in extreme danger. So it doesn't matter whether you have 1,000 photographs or 1. You are still complicit. And he gets off. But he had Category 1, which is the most extreme. How did he get off?
Yeah,
is it because he's a Dublin man? Is it?
Yeah, Dublin man, yeah. He was arrested in 2019 and court case only now moved from Clondalkin to Ballyfermot. Okay.
Oh, 2019 and it's now 2026.
2026, yeah. Even other blacks and other Muslims are starting to speak out against them. Yeah, yeah. Best friends with Judge Nolan.
Probably,
see,
yeah.
This is what they're telling you, that there's a precedent set and you can only give this for that. No. You need to, it's at your discretion. I'm sorry, it's at your discretion. If you think something is heinous, you lock them up. End of story.
But that's it. Like, what incentive is there for him not to do this again? There is none. He just got a slap on the wrist. That is it. He'll do it again. Right?
Yeah.
Any crime against a child, a woman, whether it be rape or whatever, murder, that's it. Jail time. You're done. Or in those cases, on the plane, gone.
He claimed that a third party had sent him the files and that he was taking responsibility as head of the household.
What?
Yeah. Although prosecuting Gardaí argued the files had been uploaded to a Google Cloud from his personal device, the court heard that O'Debaby is in employment and has worked in the hospitality sector all his life and now working in kitchens to avoid direct contact with the public.
How can he work in hospitality all his life? How long has he been in this country?
Yeah.
You have no
His
idea what he was
wife-
doing beforehand.
His wife was also initially charged in relation to the offending material. However, a nollie posse was entered in respect of this by the Director of Public Prosecutions. Having grown up in Nigeria, he moved to the UK in search of a better life before coming to Ireland and
So
meeting
he
his
came
wife.
over here
Mrs.
to
Kelly.
Ireland. How wonderful. Now, he's
Yeah.
really contributed to this country.
Yeah. Yeah. The court also stated that an opera 1,000 in reparation for the offending made by the accused was not in any way appropriate to the manner. Judge Crowe said that the harm and evils of child pornography are a subject of utter revulsion in all societies all over the world. Why aren't you locking them up then?
Yes, exactly. And you give him €1,000. It's a slap on the wrist. There's nothing to stop him doing that again.
A headline sentence
And
of 2
normally an awful
years.
lot of these are getting paid for sharing images. There's also money involved in this.
A headline sentence of 2 years was set before. This was reduced to an actual sentence of 18 months, which was suspended in full of condition of good behaviour for a deliberately long period of 3 years from today's date.
Why is he allowed to stay in this country?
I don't know.
He's after committing a horrendous crime, right? I guarantee you, who paid for his court case and his solicitor or his barrister or whatever he needed? Probably the taxpayer.
We did.
They said he's been working. How do you know he's been working?
Mm.
You know, how long has he been in here? He was in the UK before that. What was he doing there? Why is he in this country? He was in the UK. So he came over here for a reason. So obviously something was been offered. But it doesn't matter. What he did was absolutely horrendous. He should be on a plane, gone, back to Nigeria.
Yeah, yeah. Paul O'Neill is just saying that Judge Nolan doesn't choose his cases. It's the barrister solicitors that gets rapist nonsense before him. Are they not to blame also? Yeah, they are. It's a system and all involved in courts, not just one judge. I understand that. And there's a lot of them we've been calling out a lot of judges on here, and Gavin has as well been calling out a lot of judges about this. But the most prolific one of the whole lot of them is Judge Nolan. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is.
Oh, yeah,
He
no,
stands out
100%.
the most. But
But
don't
like,
get
this
me
is
wrong,
what-
they're all the same. They
yeah.
tell you their hands are tied with this. You know what I mean?
No,
That
no,
there's
no.
a precedent set.
They're the
and-
judge. There's no hands tied. They decide the sentencing.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if you went in there with no tax, you'll probably get 10 years.
Well, you wouldn't get 10 years.
Another 10 years then if they realise you've no TV license as well.
Yeah. You won't get me for my TV news. He came to meet his wife. I wonder if she Irish. Yeah, I think she is. Yeah, media, judges, government handcuffs. Yeah. Oh, God.
Well, if you want to do the one on Tullow and then the Candy Cloud, because this again is the contribution that they are bringing to Ireland.
That's the Facebook one. That's the Tullow one, is it?
Mm-hmm. This came out just a couple of days ago. So Tullow is a smaller town in Carlow, just for anyone who doesn't know.
The what?
It's a smaller town, Tullow, in Carlow.
Mm. Give me a thumbs up if you get sound.
An awareness video for parents in Tullow. Someone is selling THC vapes and THC goods to children in Tullow. Vapes in general, they're selling them to underage kids. They've come into our store. This is how we know. Children have come into our store looking specifically for these products, which we don't even sell. They've told us a shop in Tullow is selling these products to them. Vapes in general, they're selling THC goods, THC vapes, and vapes in general to underage kids. We're just putting this out as awareness. We don't know where. We did not ask, but there is a shop in Tullow selling this stuff. As a parent myself, just put it out there to keep an eye, and you can guarantee it's not coming from ourselves here.
Fair play to them.
So she didn't name the shop, but the majority of those types of shops in Tullow are foreign. So THC, it is an offence to cultivate, import, export, produce, supply, or possess cannabis except in accordance to a ministerial license. So it is completely illegal, and it is definitely illegal to be selling to under 18s. Now, I called already out a vape shop over that and around the guards over it as well. And this is going on. Then you can bring up the news article. So this is what's going on in an awful lot of these shops.
No one's flower. All the stoners are off the Tullow now. What is THC? THC is the bit that gets you stoned.
Yeah, it's like marijuana or type of marijuana. It's what it is.
It's in marijuana. It's in weed.
Yeah.
It's in
Yeah.
hashish.
It can cause
No,
changes
it's
in
not
mood,
anyone.
thoughts, and perceptions of reality. These products can also cause harmful health effects on the brain and other parts of the body. So
Yeah. You'll end up like
that's
me.
why it is illegal. Yeah.
THC is actually worse than weed. Yeah.
Mhm.
I could deal with getting stoned. You probably could, Michael. Okay,
Yeah.
what did you say to me
It's
there? All right,
actually-
was there an article?
Now, excuse my pronunciation. Tetrahydro cannabidiol. Cannabidiol is the correct name for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like
do you
there's
want me to-
perception of reality. Like what could a child, like what could that do to a child's brain, a teenager's brain?
Mm.
Like they could end up with like jumping off bridges or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Off their head. And this has been sold in Tullow.
Mm.
Absolutely disgraceful.
Where do I buy? Are you talking about the Garda raid vape shop and sees $4.5 grand suspected cannabis? Is that the one?
Yeah, I have actually, it says here, a major update in Irish drug legislation has just come into effect. On July 2025, the Irish government has confirmed that HHC, a psychoactive version of it, was found in vapes and e-cigarettes. It is now illegal to possess, produce, import, export, sell or supply in Ireland. It is completely illegal. And then to turn around and be giving that to children, absolutely disgusting.
Someone just asked me to put up the what do you call it, the Revolut. So there you go. There's the Revolut. I'm just going to put in the other thing as well. We've hit 600 there, people. Fair play to you. Fair play to everyone. What am I looking for here?
The vape shop one, the Candy Cloud.
Yeah, no, I have that yet. I'm just looking for the copy here and put in there. Yeah, the Candy Cloud one. Hold on. I'll share that. That's not there. Stop sharing that, and I'll share this one. That's it there. Candy Cloud. Candy Cloud. The new Candy Cloud vape shop in North Main Street in Wexford Town. Gardaí raid vape shop and seized 4,500 of suspected cannabis as man 47 arrested, as well as seizing products within the Candy Cloud shop of North Main Street. Gardaí used a battering ram to gain entry above flat. Okay. So let me just read that there. Detectives attached to the divisional unit, drugs unit, carried out a raid at a recently opened vape shop in Wexford Main Street on Wednesday on the suspicion that it had been selling illegal cannabis-related products alongside vapes and American sweets.
Yeah.
So there you go.
But how is it okay to have a shop that one side of the wall is full of vapes and the other side is full of sweets? That's not going to be attracting in 60 and 70-year-olds. It's attracting in children.
Kids. Children, that's what it's all about.
How
My
did the grooming
sister-in-law-
gang start over in the UK? They started giving out free chips and free pizza and things like that in the chippers over there. So these shops are attracting young children. Why?
That's exactly what happened. What's this one saying? My sister-in-law was followed in Tullow a couple of years back. She recorded it. Guards done nothing. She was lucky a local came to her aid till her son arrived. Thank you, Paul. No problem, mate. It's no sweat. Thank you. There's an estimated 300 million a year in taxes if legalized for 18 and over. A communist system can be recognized by the fact that it spares the criminals and criminalizes the political. Yeah. THC is dangerous for kids under 18 because brain is still developing. Yeah. They can grow up with psychosis disorders. Yes.
Exactly.
I think I'll stick with my poppers. Woo, Michael, poppers. Okay. The state that I live in is here in the US legalized weed, and I'm disgusted by that. Too many good police officers died over the years to rid cities of drugs. Yeah. Layman's take it back on it. Found today. Layman's take videos is channel. Okay, I don't know what that is. Divide and conquer. That's the tactic. Yes. At the minute it goes to criminals, why not tax it and use it for benefits? Yes. Paul, things need to be looked into with all ports and airport. This is how it's getting here. No, I know exactly. We all know how it's getting here, Brian. But there's a blind eye being put, you know. Like, there you go. We all know how it's getting. Look how much was coming in through the Western airport and them other little airports around the country. Like, come on, man. You don't even go through customs or anything there. I was over there. I was having my breakfast over there one morning, and two small luxury things come in. Just walked off and sauntered out into their cars and drove off. That's it. You don't know who's coming in. And Tasha, she is lucky the victims get silenced and the predators usually become the victim. Yeah. Original strains of cannabis will cost over 15,000 euros. They stopped winning materials and all food are fed in petrochemicals. Yeah. Just bought a coffee. Oh, come on, lads, support these incredible people. Buy a coffee.
Thanks, Barry.
Thanks very much. Fair play to you, Barry. Thank you.
Well, we actually have two fundraisers tonight. The other one is in relation to Roxanne.
Yeah,
so we have to touch that.
Now. I actually want to get that one from Anthony as well. I'll send it on to myself.
Yeah.
Or did he send it on to me? Anthony Casey. No. Or it say it was sent on to the Force Media. No. So much stuff comes through this. I'm just going to forward this.
Right. Do you want to move on to the 20,000 children overdue assessments? Because then we can go on then and talk then about Roxanne's case.
Yeah.
You don't have to read all of it. I would just stick into kind of the figures because it is kind of a long enough article. But
well, I'm going to let you have a read of it. I'll put it up there and let you talk. I'm just doing something on the left here.
So this is from Breaking News. I'm not going to read the whole article because it's quite long, so I'm just going to highlight the parts of it. So over 20,000 children were overdue for a disability assessment of need, which is AON, at the end of 2025. Okay? The process is part of the Disability Act.
Without an admin approval, huh? You should try Monday.com.
There's noise coming through there.
Sorry, go on.
No, it's gone. Sorry, where was I? Yeah. So, used to determine whether a person has a disability and the nature and extent of their needs. Figures from the HSE show over 20,000 children were overdue an AON, with over 16,000, nearly 17,000 children waiting over 3 months. This includes 1,006 applicants for which an extended time period was negotiated with the parent on the grounds of being an exceptional circumstances. A further 3,660 new applications were received in the fourth quarter 2025, making a total of over 13,000 for the year. This is a 23% increase on the figure for 2024 of over 10,000. Now, right, so if I just go back over that again, it says a further 3,660 new applications were received in the fourth quarter, right, of 2025, right? So that's an increase of 23%. So are they Irish children or are they children that are coming into the country? I'm just wondering, that thought just came into my head.
I don't know, to be honest with you.
You know, so nearly 6,000 AON were completed in 2025, a 43% increase on 2024, right?
Wow.
So I'm just going to go down further. Only 9.4% of assessments were completed within the timeframes set out in the Disability Act 2005. So 9.4. That's all that was completed. Okay. Of the 7,171 children, 6,385 children are waiting for over 3 months. Now, I know that there is children, because when I was around for elections, I was knocking on doors. There is children waiting years for assessments. So when they're saying over 3 months, I can guarantee you there's months or years added on to that. In the HSC Dublin and North East, with over 6,000 children overdue an assessment. Cavan, Monaghan, Loud, over 6,000, and again it's saying waiting over 3 months. But what's waiting over 3 months? That could be, I know there was a child I met that was non-verbal, had Down syndrome. He was 5.5 and he was waiting 5.5 years for speech therapy. Do you know?
Oh, my friends.
Then you've got the likes of the South East. There's over 3,000 waiting for assessment. Of those to be seen, over 2,000. Again, it's still going on about this over 3 months. But what is over 3 months? Like, is that 6 months? Is it a year? Is it 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's going on about Kerry. It's going on about Cork, over 1,000, nearly 2,000. And again, then it's saying over 3 months. So the list is just going on and on. The percentage of aeons that show no disability has increased from 15.8% in 2010 to 29% in 2025. So like, there's like that increase of 23% in the fourth quarter. Where did those children come from? Like, are those, I'm just wondering, are those children Irish, or are they children that are coming into the country to have such an increase? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, there's not enough assessments, there's not enough funding, there's massive waiting lists. There's parents out there that have to pay private to try and get their child seen, otherwise they're waiting for years. It's just absolute madness. But then there's money spent everywhere else. There's money spent on like over 2.1 billion on immigration, 141 million spent over to World Banks. Like, it's just crazy. Like, if we can't look after our own children, then what in God's creation are we doing? Like, a child should have the basic right to get their assessments done, because it's delaying them further in school and everything else.
Just read that there. I know a young doctor working in A&E department 3 years ago. They said they were seeing new lung conditions in young people. The only thing they seemed to have in common was vaping. An older friend of ours is more addicted to her vape than she ever was to cigarettes. It never leaves her hand. My dad's the same.
But there's people now that are smoking vapes that never even smoked cigarettes.
Yeah, sure. All the kids are smoking them now.
Yeah.
Layman takes videos. Yeah, he makes great videos on Irish politics. I haven't seen them, but I will look into them. Thank you. And you can't come home a small plane, and I can't come home. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it? 245 people watching here on YouTube and only 63 likes. Support. Yeah. Up to 604 now. Fair play to you. License it and legalise it. Lots of benefits if legalised and used as medicine. Yeah.
But you see, that's like, you have to think about it. Like, any of these drugs coming into the country, what are they ended up being cut with? Like the likes of, we'd say cannabis, heroin, cocaine, like fentanyl. Like, you've no idea what they're cut with.
What the fuck is the WEF, the World Economic Forum? And if you don't know what that is yet, well, then you're kind of Donald Ducked, to be honest.
Right. Do you want to play Maureen's video then in relation to Roxanne? Because this is a huge story now at the moment. And then I have included the GoFundMe, so if you want to put that into the comments.
Barry Walsh, myself and Teresa love the show every Wednesday and Sunday, as it's real people talking about real issues.
Here, Barry. Those places I'm highlighting, Nicky Kenny, I hope you're going. Shop local, shop Irish.
Whether you realise it or not, people, we are the most informed people. Fair play to you, Barry. Yeah. Yes, 44 years smoking and using the herd, 60 now, never been in the hospital, don't use pills, none of them. 44 years smoking. How long? I'm 57. I'm smoking since I was 12, so I'm 45 years smoking. That's mad, isn't it? Mad. Listen, I'm watching Brian Ardis and he's saying nicotine kills everything, so that's why I'm smoking. It's
Oh
killing
yeah, use
everything.
that as an
Right.
excuse.
Yeah, constant whining and whining, no vision, no plan for the sake of the people and nation. Any nation in the world, sad. Okay. Vapes cause popcorn lung. Yes,
Yeah, that's what I've
apparently
heard.
you can't.
But
Cut,
look
you
at the
can't
look at the
cut
amount of chemicals in them. And there's another thing. I was talking to a couple of lads that work in a vape shop, and it's an Irish one now. And they were saying to me, you should see the vapes that are in these vape shops. You know, the foreign ones. Like, there's no labeling on the back of them. There's no idea what's in them. Do you know? They're not been regulated. They're not properly licensed. So you've no idea actually what you're buying.
Yeah. I'll stop sharing that. Yeah, I know. I want to share. I'm going to play. We'll play Maureen's video first.
So Maureen Nolan is the mother of Roxanne, who's a 7-year-old girl who needs the scoliosis operation. Now she's booked in for May. They need, I think it's another 25,000 at the moment. So please, if anyone's able to donate, even the price of a coffee, please donate. Please share it out there, because the more people, good man, the more people that donate, look, the sooner she can get the money. They were able to get something like 30,000 within a week, but there's about 25,000 left, and this is for her to go to Florida. She has to have this operation. If she doesn't, she will end up like Harvey. This girl is 7 years old, and she has 80% curvature of the spine. So this is extremely serious.
So this is the actual GoFundMe, help Roxanne.
Yeah, so there's the little girl, Roxanne. She's actually a twin. She loves art.
Jesus, they're going way up there. 155,000 raised now. That's nearly 156,000 raised.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's only 25,000.
Only 25 left. Yeah, wow.
Can be achieved.
Yes, it can. Yeah, if there's any businesses out there want to help out, you can write this.
Yeah, well, a couple of businesses have actually given me stuff towards a raffle. So I met Maureen Friday morning, and we
you got an exclusive interview, I might add. Nobody else has interviewed Maureen, have they?
No, I think she's just been on the radio. I don't think she's spoken to anyone else. She just did 2 radio interviews. That was it. But we did it on the mother side of things.
Yeah.
We did it differently.
Yeah, I'm going to play this. We'll come back and talk.
I'm here today with Maureen, and Maureen is the mother of Roxanne. How are you, Maureen?
I'm good, Arla, thank you.
So, Maureen, we've all heard about Roxanne's story. Would you like to give a little bit of a summary about what's happening with Roxanne at the moment?
Roxanne is a 7-year-old girl. She has a twin brother, Curtis, and we all live in Carlow. Her father is Declan, and she has an older brother, Ryan. Roxanne was born with a condition called arthrogryposis, and she has scoliosis as well.
Is it not loud enough?
Fundraising on GoFundMe because we really want to bring Roxanne back to the Paley Institute in Florida.
Story. Would you like
Okay, sorry. It's very low, I think.
Like, it's very low, but like there is the sound on it through my phone, like.
Yeah, but the sound I can get it from my ear, but it's very low.
Okay, let me just send it on again. Hold on. I know we can read it anyway, and it's not long. Right, okay, I'm just sending it to you there now. Just maybe try that one and see can it load. Now I've sent it there now. It's only 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes anyway. So we kept the interview short and sweet. You know, there's no point in
very low. Very low.
No, see, it's not low on my phone.
Well, it's low here. Let me just
add the captions anyway so people can read it.
It's very low on my ear, to be honest with you. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna just go with it. I have to go with it. So
this is the new. I sent you on the new. Like, sent it back on again. Did you
as
try
I
that
say,
one?
I've started, so I'll finish. Just give me the Billy there if you can hear it.
With Maureen, and Maureen is the mother of Roxanne. How are you, Maureen?
I'm good, Arla, thank you.
So, Maureen, we've all heard about Roxanne's story. Would you like to give a little bit of a summary about what's happening with Roxanne at the moment?
Roxanne is a 7-year-old girl. She has a twin brother, Curtis, and we all live in Carlow. her father is Declan, and she has an older brother, Ryan. Roxanne was born with a condition called arthrogryposis, and she has scoliosis as well. So at the moment, we're fundraising on GoFundMe because we really want to bring Roxanne back to the Paley Institute in Florida. She's already had surgery there that was a success, and now we just need to bring her back to get timely surgery for her spine.
Okay. And you're hoping to do that in the coming months?
Yeah, we're hoping to go in May because her scoliosis is at 80 degrees. It could be even a little bit more now because she hasn't had an x-ray in 6 months over here. But we need to go back and get the scoliosis done, and May would be our target.
And is she in a lot of pain at the moment?
She's not in any pain at the moment, thank God, because in the Paley Institute, it's all about getting surgery done before it all goes wrong and getting it done so they're not in severe pain, so we can't stay here and wait. And when we go over it, it'll be done and she'll be able to stay healthy.
Well, it sounds like the doctor's fantastic over there. Yeah. So, Maureen, how much more money do you need to fundraise?
We have fundraised already. We've got 30,000, and we need another 30,000 then, and then we can just secure the surgery and pay the deposit, and then we can go then.
Very good, very good. So, look, 30,000, I know sounds an awful lot, but the people of Ireland are extremely generous, especially when it comes to children. But it's amazing how many people, you know, if they're just thrown in a fiver or a tenner or 20 euros, it all adds up.
Oh, it all adds up. And some people have even donated twice because we had the fundraiser off last year. And I see so many people actually donating again, and we appreciate it so much. Every little donation, small, big, whatever, helps. And actually sharing our GoFundMe is so important as well. Like, that's actually one of the major parts of a GoFundMe is share, share, and share. So thank you to everyone who's done that.
Well, as I said, if there is one thing with the Irish spirit, they are so generous, and especially towards children.
Yeah.
So just before you go, Maureen, tell us a little bit about Roxanne's personality.
So Roxanne is a fun-loving little girl. She loves art. I've been putting some of her art online there for people to look at. She paints with her mouth. She's just great crack. We all love her so much. She's fun, and she just wants to live her life. That's all she wants. She doesn't want anything to hold her back. She has to go through these surgeries, but she gets through them and she just keeps going, just real determined.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. I really appreciate it. And we wish you all the very, very best of luck. And I'm really sure that the Irish people will come through for you because especially, I know I keep saying it, we are a great nation for looking after children.
Thank you so much. And thanks for doing this for me.
That's no problem at all. Thank you so much.
I would take the stars out of the sky for you. Stop the rain from falling if you ask me to. I'd do anything for you, your wish is my command. I could move a mountain when your hand is in my hand. Words cannot express how much you mean to me.
We're muted.
We're mute. Sorry, that was really nice. But I'm missing loads of ladies.
It was, and it kept short and sweet. Do you know what I mean? Straight to the point, because you want people to watch the video. So Maureen was explaining to me that Roxanne also has another condition, and it's like, I'm not even going to pronounce it, but it's quite similar to a type of osteoporosis. So she has her joints are all stiff, so she can't bend her arm like that, so it's straight out like that. Now she's after having hip surgery and all that as well, straighten her legs. But this little girl has to have this scoliosis surgery. There is a fantastic specialist over in Florida that is going to do it, but she needs that 25,000. So please, anyone, if you're able to donate anything at all, please, and share it out there. Because I know I keep saying it, the Irish, like generally Irish people are very, very generous, especially when it comes to anything to do with children.
Yeah, I've just put it in there. I've just put the GoFundMe in there into the Gale Force Pop assignments. It's in the comments there, people. So if you can, yeah, that was beautiful. Yeah, no problem. Hello, sheepdog. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, please, everybody, please do. And I have the other one here is for I'm just looking for the video. Close that down. Where's the other GoFundMe? Din. Thought I had it there. No, we hadn't. I'll play it now. A little boy from Tala in USA at the moment who GoFundMe for treatment for rare disease. Yeah, it's great that people do help out. And if you can help out, please do. But,
well, when it comes to children, we just have to, like, I mean, even if it's only given a $5, you know?
Yeah.
It all adds up.
It does. Let me just go into my one here. Okay, this one's opening now. I have a video there that I was going to play. Oh, no, I won't play that video. I'm just going to do the GoFundMe, okay? I need to get the go ahead to see can I play the video. I don't want to play the video until... But here we are here, come together for James. Anthony Casey did a podcast the other night on him, 50 minutes, an hour. Had a good chat with him. And then after that, then we helped him out there. You know, there's 190 raised already. Fair play from 4 donations. Fair play to everyone. Thanks very much. Anyone who can donate to it, I'm going to put the GoFundMe in. I'll put the GoFundMe for James as well in there as well. I know we're asking for a lot, but listen, hey, this is for a good cause. It's how much did Judge Ferrier award the 2 illegals again? Just because, $9.5 grand and $6 grand. Yeah, disgusting. We the Irish have massive hearts. It's in our blood. When we have nothing, we still give. Yeah, we do. You're right. Fair play.
And there's generally always people who have little that give.
There's the link. The link's gone up there. Or is that a daft question? No. What's the daft question? Sorry, Galloway Rider. Wouldn't Bill Gates spend a few dollars towards her surgery? No.
Oh, Jesus, I wouldn't want anything of him. You wouldn't know what he'd be at.
Anthony's post was brilliant. I thought I had that video. I didn't. Which post was it that you're talking about, John? I'm looking here myself and I'm not seeing it. No. You get so much stuff coming in here, I'm being honest with you. It's mental. But that's it there, lads. If you can, I've just put it into the comments there. So if you can help out, please do. Seen a man the other morning asleep on the grass, lying on cardboard, broke my heart. That Irish people are everywhere. Irish people are dying. They really are. It's disgusting. And I'll be honest with you. I'm going to set up the camera next one of the days next week. I know for a fact that Irish people are being left out. Irish people are not getting fed or anything. I actually have, there was one there from, I'm going to just change this here now. There you go. University of Galway Food Bank forced to turn away hundreds of students each week. Have you seen this, Orla?
No.
Right, it was actually Frank Conway put something up about it. I'm going to see, can I get what Frank wrote up? No. I thought I had. That's that one. Oh, that's TikTok. I want TikTok. Okay, I'll just read this. And anyway, the University of Galway Food Bank forced to turn away hundreds of students each week. Look, all Indians. The student-operated food bank at the University of Galway is forced to turn away hundreds of students each week due to overwhelming demand, despite distributing almost 500,000 worth of food last year as a cost of living crisis deepens. On Friday, well over 100 students joined an orderly queue in the basement of the University of Galway Library at 3 p.m. at the spare student pantry. Originally designed as an environmental initiative distributing surplus food from supermarkets to students, the pantry now plays an increasing vital role in student welfare at the university. Like, that is crazy, isn't it? The kids are being... Hang on, I'll just see, can I get this? Frank Conway, yeah, just let me see what Frank wrote up here. about it. Yeah, okay. University of Galway Food Bank forced to turn away hundreds of students. Students access this service via a lottery system as demand outstrips supply. This is an example of what's going on throughout our country. You could recreate this in any town in Ireland for any economic factor, such as housing, access to GPs, the school places, and the demand will outstrip supply. This image reveals the elephant in the room that many won't address.
Yeah.
So yeah, the kids are, what you're saying, this might sound harsh, but maybe these students need to get their priorities sorted. Why would you be at university and need a food bank? I've never heard of this in my life. Exactly. But the fact that these are all foreigners that's getting this, that's availing of this, it just, like, where is the money going here? You know what I mean? Like, they're getting everything paid for them here. They're getting paid for off the state, and now they're going to food banks. Come on. Any excuse to flood us with third world degenerates, yeah. Irish are paddy last. We're always paddy last, yeah. Our courts are acting under Sharia law, i.e. the reason why Judge Nolan isn't finding rapists nonsense guilty is little sense as possible. Wake up. Yeah. Legally, immigrants illegally have more rights than Irish people. Yeah, how fucked up is that? We did try to warn you, but you called us bigots. Exactly, mate, exactly. The chickens
But you
are now
remember we
coming
saw
home
it?
to
Remember
roost.
at Christmas time? Was it somebody was giving out vouchers? I can't remember whether it was St. Vincent de Paul or some of them were giving out vouchers. And the majority that was there for the vouchers were foreign.
Mm.
Do you know?
Yeah. I agree.
Do you want to put up Terry Gorry, solicitor? So this is, we spoke about this already. This is the new rental thing that's happening at the beginning of March. So we're going to see an awful lot of landlords selling up. And this again is down to our government.
Yeah. Give me the Billy if I have a sound.
A shift towards a national rent control system and enhanced security for tenants, while also introducing a mechanism for landlords to reset rents from market under specific conditions. Let's have a look at the key changes with a focus on the new rules for setting and reviewing the rent. Firstly, setting and resetting rent to market rate. The new laws introduce a clear distinction between annual rent reviews, which are capped, and rent resets to market rate. When can a landlord reset to market rate? From the 1st of March 2026, landlords can set the rent to current market levels in the following specific scenarios. New tenancies. For a brand new tenancy, that is a first-time letting between the parties, provided the previous tenant left voluntarily or was evicted for breaching their obligations. End of a 6-year cycle. At the end of each tenancy of minimum duration, that is a 6-year term, the landlord has a window to reset the rent to market value before the next 6-year cycle begins. And suitability changes. If the property is no longer suitable for the tenant's needs, for example, the household size has changed significantly and a new arrangement is made. There is a restriction, though, in relation to no-fault terminations. A landlord cannot reset the rent to market rate if they have ended the previous tenancy through a no-fault eviction. This is designed to prevent landlords from removing compliant tenants simply to bypass rent caps. 2. National rent control and annual caps. The current rent pressure zone system is being replaced by a nationwide control framework. Standard cap. The annual rent increases for most properties will be capped at the rate of inflation, that is the consumer price index, or 2%, whichever is lower. New build exception. There is a new build exception to encourage supply. Newly built apartments and certain student accommodations will be exempt from the 2% cap. Their increases will be linked to the consumer price index only, even if inflation exceeds 2%. And then there's a new public register going to be established to provide transparency in relation to rent. This will help both parties verify what market rate actually looks like in specific areas. 3, tenancies of minimum duration. The new law introduces a new 6-year rolling tenancy structure for all new tenancies created on or after the 1st of March 2026. So large landlords are landlords with 4+ properties. Small landlords are those landlords with 1 to 3 properties. No-fault evictions have effectively been abolished for large landlords and are strictly limited for small landlords. The grounds for ending a tenancy for large landlords only for tenant breach or property unsuitability, for the smaller landlord in circumstances of hardship, family use or sale at the end of a 6-year term. When it comes to the sale of property, the large landlord must sell with the tenant in situ, whereas the smaller landlord can sell with vacant possession only in cases of defined financial hardship. And we'll have a look at that later in this video. What is financial hardship? So a summary of the impact. Let's have a look at the summary. Okay, a summary of the impact of this new legislation from the 1st of March 2026. For tenants, you gain significantly higher security of tenure with rolling 6-year cycles and a near total ban on no-fault evictions by large landlords. For landlords, while annual increases remain capped, you regain the ability to reset a property's rent to market levels every 6 years or when a tenant moves out of their own accord. These rules apply to a new tenancies created on or after the 1st of March 2026. It's important to note that existing tenancies in place before this date generally remain under the old Part 4 rules, though they are still subject to the 2% national rent cap. So let's take a look at specific definitions of financial hardship for small landlords and for the requirements for the new rent price register. So there are several fail-safes in this legislation to balance landlord flexibility with tenant protection. The 2 areas that we're going to look at there are, firstly, financial hardship. Under the 2026 reforms, small landlords, that is those with 3 or fewer tenancies, can terminate a tenancy during the 6-year term if they can prove genuine hardship. While the courts and the Residential Tenancies Board make the final determination on a case-by-case basis, the legislation and recent debates specify the following grounds. 1, risk of repossession. If the landlord is at risk of losing their own home or the rental property due to mortgage arrears. 2, bankruptcy or insolvency. If the landlord has entered a formal insolvency process or has been declared bankrupt. 3, separation or divorce, where the sale of the property is legally required to satisfy a settlement or court order. 4, a medical emergency. If significant funds are required to cover life-critical medical expenses for the landlord or a dependent. Homelessness. If the landlord has lost their primary residence and needs to move into the rental property to avoid homelessness themselves. In order to use this ground, the landlord must provide a statutory declaration and, in some cases, supporting evidence from a financial or legal professional to the Residential Tenancies Board. So, the new rent price register. To ensure the market rate isn't just a number pulled from thin air, the government is launching a public rent price register managed by the RTB. How it's going to work is as follows. Mandatory reporting. When a new tenancy begins on or after the 1st of March 2026, landlords must notify the RTB of the rent being charged and how it was calculated. 2, searchable database. The register will allow tenants and landlords to search for the actual rents paid for similar properties in their specific areas. Comparable factors. The register will display data based on floor area and dwelling type. For example, a 2-bed apartment versus a 3-bed semi-detached house. BER rating, local electoral area, strategic use for market rate resets. When a landlord resets the rent to the market rate, either between tenancies or at the end of a 6-year cycle, they must provide the tenant with 3 comparable examples from the rent price register to justify the new price. If the landlord sets a price significantly higher than the register's average for that area without a valid reason, like a major renovation, the tenant can challenge the increase through the Residential Tenancies Board. So a summary then in relation to hardship and transparency. For large landlords, a financial hardship claim is generally not permitted. For a small landlord, you'll need a statutory declaration setting out the financial hardship. A market rate reset every 6 years or between tenancies for both the large landlord and the smaller landlord. And the rent register use, the large landlord must cite 3 local comparables, as must the smaller landlord. So they are the changes. The whole idea of this legislation and the whole purpose behind it is to give, I suppose, a bit of succour to both landlords and tenants, and people will have their own view, I suppose, when the thing pans out and unfolds over the next year or two, as to whether the legislators have come down too much in favour of one side or the other. Hope you find the video useful. If you do, hit the thumbs up button down below and hit the subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot. Major reforms, major changes to the area.
Well, you're on mute. Hold on, you're on mute. Go on, what were you saying?
We're going to see an influx of smaller landlords selling up, and it's started already, because like they have to commit to a 6-year term, right? That's okay if you get a good tenant. What if you don't? What if you have somebody that goes in and trashes the house, won't pay the rent, causes a load of bother? It's nearly going to be impossible to get rid of them. Like he's saying there, like the only way you can evict a tenant is pretty much through a hardship, as in that you have to sell the house, or that it has to be given to, we'll say, one of your children, you know? But it's going to make it so much more difficult on smaller landlords now. So why would they stay? Why would you be a landlord? Do you know, what incentive is there to be a landlord? There's not, you know, there's not. So this is going to make the homeless crisis even worse now, as if it's not bad enough, because landlords are going to end up selling.
My shit's falling apart here. Yeah. No, I know. It's crazy. But you look at how many landlords is in Dáil Éireann.
Oh, sure, we know that. Oh, but sure, they're not going to worry about anything, are they? They have loads of money. Do you know?
I'm not a fan of Terry Ladd myself. I dislike his legal class. I'm the same. The legal lads make law to suit themselves from the observation of their buddies. I'm sure there are some good. Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Yeah. Look, I share his stuff because he's given out the information, you know, so some of the stuff is good just to know where people stand. I sent you over a post there. I just came up on X from Andy Quirk.
From who? Andy Quirk. Oh, Andy.
Oh, Andy.
Oh, Jesus, no, not Andy Quirk. Ukraine. Let's just share this. We'll go with Andy Quirk. There we are there. Today, Ukrainians were in Dublin protesting on our streets with signs saying "Fund Ukraine," etc., chanting slogans to try to bring their warmongering to Ireland and try to get Irish people involved. Just a reminder, Ukraine is extremely corrupt. It's nearly 10 times the size of Ireland. 80% of Ukraine is not at war. It's a massive money laundering operation. Ukraine is also not in NATO or the EU. It's thousands of miles away and has absolutely fucking nothing to do with Ireland or the Irish people. Ireland is a neutral country. You don't come to a neutral country under the guise of safety and start protesting, trying to get funding and drag the Irish people into your war on corruption. While we have thousands of Irish homeless across Ireland, give an inch and they take a mile. It's time you all went home. Well said, Andy. Well said, Andy.
Yeah. Why would you be fundraising for a war that you're supposed to be running from?
Yeah.
Doesn't make much sense, does it?
I got this. I might have this here. Here, I have the protest here. I'm going to play.
This is Dublin. Folks coming through town here, there's some sort of protest. We don't know what the protest is for, but we're going to find Ukraine, is it? Is it a Ukrainian protest? Yeah. Ukrainian protest, folks. Load them all. This is Ian. Stop the war, Ukrainian war. Ukraine is shredding Europe for more. Ukraine is shielding Europe for more. Do you hear me? Shredding, shielding Europe for more. Sorry. There's a big enough crowd of them, I have to say. Freedom for Ukraine. Well, I was wondering, I was on my way down to make that video of the warship there a few minutes ago. I seen all the guard on the bridges, but I didn't know what it was for. Now it's clear to see it's for this Ukrainian protest. Well, big enough, folks. Ain't a small protest neither. Large enough, I must say. A lot of support for Ukraine here in Ireland. Well, this is Dublin. And this, my friends, is a protest for Ukraine. Stop the war in Ukraine and Russia and Ukraine. This is Dublin. What a day. What a city.
Fair play to Stretch there from
Now,
Stretch. This
I
is
just
Dublin.
wanted,
Fair
I
play
just
to him.
wanted, I want to check this, right? So, dated the 6th of September, 2024, Ireland provides 36 million support package to war-torn Ukraine. Let me see now. The 2nd of December, 2025, 125 million given to Ukraine. But wait, don't worry, there's more to come. The 29th of January, 2026 is the dated. This is gov.ie. Another 25 million, but that's okay because we're not giving to the disabled. So we don't need to worry about them, right? Because that was ruled that we're not giving any money to them. So we have to give the 25 million. Now, I stated this the other night on the show, right? Micheál needs to cop himself on, right? Zelensky bought his mother a house on the Red Sea. She cannot be having just one. How many mansions does he have and how many yachts does he have? You know, he's after losing €1 billion as well. God love him. I'd say he needs to look under the bed. It's probably there somewhere. Do you know? But like, I mean, honest to God, we can't have our own Irish people being given money anymore. It has to go to Ukraine because like Zelensky's mother only has one house. It's not on. It's not on. People need to cop on. Micheál needs to cop on.
I'll be honest with you, like, you know what I mean? I was watching them
Did you ever hear the likes of it? So 36 million, 125 million, and 25 million. And then we've our own people dying on the streets and children who can't get disability services and assessments. And Roxanne that can't get her scoliosis surgery. It's just, and then Harvey that died because he couldn't get his scoliosis appointment. Like, it's just ridiculous. And they're out protesting for Ukraine, where the war isn't even real, and they want more funding for Ukraine, but yet they're fleeing the war. For the love
Tom
of
Garvin is
God.
saying that. Tom Garvin is just saying that. Why aren't they at home fighting for Ukraine if they're so concerned?
But sure, they don't need to fight for Ukraine, and they're sending their own children over to Ukraine to fight. Sure, they can just sit here. Do you know what I mean? Send our own children to be slaughtered.
This show, along with others, should show Stretch Duggan's unlawful arrest last week outside Leinster House. Stretch, like others, was peacefully protesting against Islam and how dare on Garda Síochána. Yes, if someone has it there, send it in to me, and I will play it. Who's making the vac? Who's making the?
The bombs.
The bombs, yeah, exactly. Too many taxes.
But it's okay. It's okay. If I said, remember we showed that video of that evil Disney villain, as I call her, von der Leyen, laughing, said, "Oh no, my children won't be going to war." But it's okay to send my son to be killed. Like, when are people going to wake up in this country to what's going on?
Yeah, Fiona Barry. I never got sucked into that Ukraine war. I never put any foreign flags on my Facebook page. I am happy to donate for children in Ireland. Yeah, so are we.
We
Yeah.
know of our own kids that aren't getting fed. You know what I mean? And that are struggling. Do you know, it's absolutely ridiculous how people cannot see what's going on. It's the world's biggest GoFundMe.
But you look at that protest there today. There was one yesterday as well, the Palestine one. Have I got that? Let me just see if I got that. No, okay, up here. Sorry, I thought I had it. Palestine, yeah. Okay, I'm just going to throw that in here. Bear with me. I thought I already threw it in there. I'm going to just throw it in here. It'll only take me a minute. Palestine. But the Irish people must wake up and smell the coffee. Speaking of smell the coffee, boys of coffee.
Ridiculous. Like, it's so clear to see that it's a massive scam. Like, we have people dying on our streets here, and they're sending money over to Ukraine for a war that has nothing to do with us.
It's a conflict in a small part of Ukraine, not a
But we
Ukrainian
didn't
war.
all leave. I'm from the south of Ireland. We're all from the south of Ireland, or the majority of us here. Did we leave when all the troubles were going on up the north? No, we
Well,
didn't.
this is exactly-
and Ukraine is 10 times bigger than Ireland.
This is exactly the thing. Like, it's probably from here to Paris away from where the bombs are being dropped, and these people are here in Ireland, and their houses are still over in Ukraine. You know what I mean?
And
Come
they're
on.
going over and back the whole time, having several holidays. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, you can book, like, hotels over there. And then you had singers like whoever, those gobshites like Bono and all them going over to a war-torn country.
All the photo shoot, Sean Penn, the whole lot. Come here and tell you. Come here and tell you. What sorted it for me was you had that gobshite Boris Johnson go over there when he was Prime Minister. And he went over there and he was in his short, his toy, and his blah. This is the same man who went to Liverpool 3 years earlier and he had bomb disposal blading gear on him that he wouldn't get stabbed. So I never bought into the bullshit. Never bought into it. The only way this will stop is when Ireland has a massive recession. I think it's
Yeah,
on
but
its way,
then
my
who's
biggest fear.
going to end up suffering? It'll be the Irish that'll suffer,
Mm.
even more than they already are.
India is a global leader for everything digital, and China is the reason Europe has opened floodgates for both. Indians are getting all jobs by design because they're already 100% on board with it. Yeah. Blessing, it says no. Hello there. Another week of more suspended sentences for paedophiles, more millions spent on immigrants and sent to other countries, more Irish people persecuted for speaking the truth, Irish homeless dying on our streets, while illegal economic migrants bleeding us dry. How do we stop this?
You need people to wake up and say no. I say it over and over again. Simple word. No.
I was born in Derry, 1974, lived in America 26 years. I miss my land. It's not your land anymore, mate. This land has been taken over. I'm being honest with you, mate. It's not what you remember or what it used to be. Honestly. And now you said it there, Derry, that you were born in Derry. There was a big thing there a couple of weeks ago. Your man was talking to our president, and it was more, they were more worried about her calling it Derry than Londonderry. That's how bad it was. You know what I mean? That's the elites planned this coup war in Ukraine. Yeah, this all happened in 2014. Ukraine was taken over in 2014. If you can watch a film, I'll give you one film to watch. Ukraine on Fire. Watch Ukraine on Fire. You get it on YouTube. Well, you mightn't get it on YouTube. I might pull it down myself and put it up on our channel. Bono was a gobshite. Yeah, Irexa. Yeah, you're right, Vincent. Irexa. Any update on the new ski resorts? No, they've started phase 1. That's all I know. India
There
has
you go.
50 million excess.
That'll
males
probably
this
be built quicker than the children's hospital here.
Where is Martin tonight? I
Martin
don't know.
is off. Martin is off with his son tonight, so
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
so we don't need to worry about bad language and everything else that goes with him.
About bad language, yeah.
Right, okay, it's after 10:30. Do you want to put up the Lions main, and then we have a couple of bits on the vaccine section, and then that should be us finished.
Yeah. I just put up the stripe there. If you can do that again, and I'll just put up there. Scooby-Doo. May as well keep trying to get it out there. So is that. And we got a bit of good news today as well. We were having a look at somewhere when we today, Orla. We got we had a bit of good news. We won't say anything about it yet until we're actually in it. But yeah, all went well, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
If you can buy us a coffee there, guys, buy us a coffee there. You can do it with that. Just beep that there. You can get us on that, and you can buy us a coffee. Thank you very much, everyone who already has bought us a coffee. Yeah, fuck, I am going to roll one then. Okay, somebody's going to get stoned. Okay, fair enough. Angela Leggett, now they want to expand the rotunda. Yeah, for him, exactly. Yeah, Callaway Ryder, I'm going to be contentious tonight. Ireland is and always has been 42 counties. A border only exists in a political spectrum. Well, I still look at it as 32 counties, to be honest with you. But as I've said before, people that are screaming for to get the all Ireland 42 counties, there's people up the north don't want to come into this sort of shit show that we have here. You know, they get better benefits, they get better all round stuff. You know what I mean? So people need to be talking. The begging troker boxes are out again. I know. See them troker boxes. We used to give them pennies for the babies. Now they're over here charging us 70 quid a bleeding pop to see us, you know. Obama government with Biden took control of Ukraine and was getting rich from its energy sector. Trump government is getting rich from Ukraine, minimal rights. No nation is free once controlled by outside influences. Yeah, wonderful show. Great, I found you all here. No problem, Colin McMenamin. You're more than welcome. Contact us anytime. If you want to come on to have a chat, you can. Right, so I have one here. New homes to come to the market in West Dublin priced $500,000.
Which one is this now? Hold on.
Okay, that's not one of yours. That's one of mine. It's all right. It's all right. We won't go with that. We won't go with that. What is it? We don't want to give you that one. We go with this one. Okay, so the Lion's Mane.
We'll do the Lion's Mane, and then there's a couple of just stuff for the vaccine section. And then if you've got something on the housing thing, we can do it after. We finish at 11.
Okay, Lion's Mane. Boom.
Why is it that Irish neurologists and doctors don't recommend lion's mane mushroom to people who are showing early onset Alzheimer's, dementia and Parkinson's? This completely baffles my mind, that we have a 100% safe mushroom that contains two remarkable compounds in hericenones and erinosines that are able to get through the blood-brain barrier. When inside your brain, they're able to stimulate nerve growth factor. This creates new cells, repairs broken ones, and creates bridges across neurons. It's also able to clean up amyloid plaque. This is the stuff that you see in patients with Alzheimer's and dementia. It's a dirty protein that clogs up the brain and creates confusion and memory loss. So why is it that neurologists don't recommend it? Is it simply because it's not in their books that they went through college with? What is it? Why? I'd never understand, and it just breaks my heart. There are so many people out there, and when I used to do a little bit of volunteering in a nursing home, every single day I'd go there and I'd meet the same people over and over again, but they'd meet me for the first time every time. And that shouldn't have to be the case, and it's only getting worse in this country and around the world. But when there's something completely safe that has clinical trials, human studies and animal studies that show significant improved cognitive ability in every single one of those versus placebo, that is 100% completely safe. Why aren't we recommending this? Why aren't we telling people about it? Why?
Yeah.
Now, as the old saying goes, here we have one I met earlier. So if people can see it, you can see that it says Lion's Mane. Now it's probably back to front. And it's from a crowd called Gaelic Fungi Farms. So they are actually based in Carlow. They're at the farmers market. That's why I met Michael. He's from California. His wife is Irish. And I bought this off him. Now it's, let me see, hold on a second. It's 50 mils, right? So you've got the little dropper, okay?
How much was that?
Now I want to get to that. So you have your little dropper. So this is, so I started off with 1 drop a day, and I've increased it to 2. Now this cost €35, okay? But I'm going to get over a month out of it, right? So you literally take, see that? Hold on a second. See that there? That's all I take. And you take it under the tongue, right? Now, as I said, I took it for the first week because I've never had anything like this before. And then I moved up to twice. I have to say now, Me personally, I can only speak about myself. I haven't had any issues or problems. I probably will just keep it with just the 2 drops, you know, the 2, we'll say, drop the things a day. But the way Michael speaks about this is absolutely fantastic, and it is great for anyone that is suffering from memory loss, brain fog, anything like that. Say maybe people that are leading very busy lives, stressful lives.
A bit like yourself.
Well, it's on the go the whole time. Like, there's on the go the whole time. We'd say for women as well that maybe are going through the menopause. But just anyone, like, we're all busy. We have busy lives. Like, I mean, I'm dealing with 101 businesses, and you're trying to remember business names and the people and the streets and everything like that. Now, I'm only on it a couple of weeks. So we'll see now. I'd say give it a month and we'll see what the story is. But as I said, that's the size of it, 50 mils. So it's Gaelic Fungi Farms. Google them.
Have you felt any benefit from it yet?
Now, I can't say I felt anything at the moment, but I'm only on it a couple of weeks. I'd say, like anything, it's going to take a bit of time. But look it up yourself. So as I said, I chose to take it myself to try it. I'm not telling anyone else to take it. It's completely up to yourself. But this guy, it tastes terrible. Honestly, it does. It tastes terrible. But look, I mean, you know, it's only a droplet, so it's over and done with. But look, the fantastic benefits.
Magic mushrooms next.
No. But look, these like we have all this at our hands. You know, so you go onto the website, read through everything. Any questions you ask Michael, they're able to give you all the information. As I said, I'm only on it maybe about just a couple of weeks. You know, I have an interview done with Michael. I have to put it up yet. But look, I mean, for me anyway, I can't say.
I'm going to be honest with you. Joyce said that to me months ago about that. Because I told her I thought my dad was losing it a bit, you know. Get a bit of that and just drop it into his thing. Don't even tell him he's, you know, just to get his thing back in order. So I was going to get, and then we didn't.
That is what it's all for. Like, do you know what I mean? It's what does it say here? Used to promote brain health, cognitive function, and nervous system support. But like, I mean, I just thought it was handy because I have the video. I'm going to put it up. Because I have you know, that other guy that we just put up there a minute ago. So look, as I said, I'm not telling anyone to buy it. Look it up yourself and see what you think.
Yeah. Micro dosing magic mushrooms is great for depression. That's exactly what she said. Micro dosing. Yeah, that was it.
Well, I wanted it just because I'm so busy that how much was that bottle? It was 35. So that's the size of it there, I'd say, and I have a small hand. You know, but like it lasts me over a month, do you know, because I'm only taking the 2 drops a day. You know? But like as I said, with anything, you have to try it yourself. 35, you have to try it yourself and see what it's like. People, do you know what I mean? But do your research. Any questions, you can ask Michael himself. Like, he's a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
But see, the problem is I'm into all that. I love acupuncture, reflexology, right? All holistic stuff, homeopathy and all that. You see, they don't want us going down those routes because there's no money in healthy people. They want people sick because then they can give more medication, right? So no, like they're not going to be promoting anything that's going to help people because where's the money going to be on Alzheimer's drugs and dementia drugs? I mean, if there's something we can use that's coming from nature, like, you know, unless you have a reaction to it, what harm is it going to do? You know?
Agree.
Because I always say, do your research before you start anything. Do your research, and then it's up to yourself. It's that whole thing we've always harped on about in relation to informed consent.
Yeah, informed consent. That's it. That's the one we want.
You know, so it's people's choice at the end of the day what they want to do. You just do your own research. You know, there's only just a couple of things there. There's Sherry Tenpenny, Peter McCullough, and then there's the Liz Churchill.
I play them now. I just want to put up the Tusla thing. This is for Tusla, guys, for the 1st of April, noon, outside Tusla offices, Euston South Quarter, St. John's Road, West Kilmainham, Dublin. Please support all welcome. Let's grow the numbers. So people, please, if you can get out there on the day, please do. I'm going to stop sharing that for a minute. And I have one little video just to play before we go on to the vaccines. This was from this day last year. This was done. This was Ferg in Rosslare. I was at Rosslare with him this day. I was going to play this.
So you're here today doing a protest. What is it that's been going on?
Mass illegal immigration, all controlled by the Irish government. The criminal cartel, we put them at an Irish government, they're a criminal cartel. They're absolutely destroying this country. And they're putting every man, woman and child in the gravest of danger over here, and it has to stop. Yeah. We have these people down here, that you know what Garda Síochána stands for? What? Guardians of the peace. Yeah, they should be called guardians of the people traffickers, because they're overseeing the whole lot of this and the plantation of this country.
Yeah. There's, issues all over the world with immigration. Here in Ireland, exactly how many people are we talking about that are coming in illegally?
Illegally?
Yeah.
You couldn't put a number on it.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't know the way they're bringing them in. They're bringing them in left, right and centre. The eyes of the world are on Ireland now at the minute. I actually got a follow back off General Mike Flynn today. I'm absolutely delighted with that. And he's I quote tweeted a video we put out asking Donald Trump and the Americans not to invite the Irish government over to the White House for St Patrick's Day. They don't deserve it. They do not represent the true Irish people of this country. They're destroying it and they're ruining any future their children have in this country, so they had to be stopped.
Mm-hmm. If they're watching this, what message would you like to send to them?
The Irish government?
Yeah.
Stand down. You're not wanted. You're not wanted in this country. You're not for this country. You're the most anti-Irish scumbags that I've ever seen in my life, and you have to go.
So what happens, after this protest? Where do you go from there?
We just keep going. We're not stopping. This country belongs to the Irish people, and we're not giving it up for anyone. So the sooner the better they get that message to their heads right. We're not going anywhere. This is our home, and we're giving it up for absolutely no one.
And what can the people of Ireland do to get behind you and support you?
You need to start saying fair play to these lads and all the comments and blah blah blah. Get up off your arse and get out and join us. Right, we need bodies out on the streets here to push back against these monsters. Okay.
Thank you for your time. Have a good day.
Yeah, that was from last year in Rosslare. That was a great day in Rosslare. To be honest with you, there was a lot of snakes there. We didn't know there were snakes on the day, but we know there are fucking snakes now. So, yeah, if I could do it all again, I would. With them gone over. What's that? Trump should invite the Burks. They're not going to invite anyone. The point is waiting at the bar for you, Ferg. Yeah.
Go back there to that
Right.
comment. Go back to
What?
that comment. One there on cancer.
Oh, cannabis, Alzheimer's, brain cancer, glaucoma, back pain.
Yeah. But that's probably your medical grade proper cannabis, not the crap that's probably been sold in this country. As I said earlier on, it's same as probably cocaine, fentanyl, and heroin. They're probably cut with God knows what that are killing people. I do know that there is cannabis, the medical grade, that can help people with MS, epilepsy, and other conditions.
Well, that's
glaucoma and all
pure
that. But
THC. That's what that is. THC.
But that again has to be properly regulated and properly controlled by the doctor and all that sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean? But not the crap that's been sold in the streets. You've no idea what's in it.
Yeah. R.I.P. my old pal Shani O'Hara, nephew of Hunger Striker Patsy O'Hara. I didn't know. When did he die, Colin? But rest in peace, Shani. God bless you, mate. Colin McMahon of St. Patrick's, pray for us, yeah. If it was legal, it would be, yes. Sorry to hear that, Colin. They were brave men, for sure. They were. If the majority of Irish people spoke like Fergus, we wouldn't have an invasion. I agree with you. There's only a few of us. Right. Which one do you want me to go with first, did you say?
There's only 3 of them there anyway, so just do.
I have a few other ones there as well, so let me just see what you sent me. Sherry Tenpenny and Liz Churchill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have a couple of videos left there for Sherry Tenpenny. Okay. This is the video of your man talking, is it? Yeah, okay. Okay, play this and we'll come back and
diseases and sickness in people, right? Or about this glyphosate, I think it's called.
Yeah, glyphosate.
There's been a ton of lawsuits, but they still don't have to take this product off of the shelf. So that's the craziest thing to me. Is that right?
Well, it's a problem because you have all the row croppers are dependent on it right now. And there's other technology that is emerging right now that actually, I looked at one yesterday. It's a tractor attachment that uses lasers to kill weeds. And that, if they can make that affordable, particularly for smaller farmers, that will be the answer, because you'll be able to, they can kill bugs and they can kill weeds. You program this thing and it zaps the weeds with a laser. It makes all the cells explode and destroys them. And so that, there's a future that we can now see the light at the end of the tunnel there. But right now, if you banned glyphosate outright, it would put out of business 80% of our farmers.
Got it. Wow. So we're kind of dependent upon something that we know makes us sick.
Yeah, we are. And, we're doing a lot of work in the HHS to look for other alternatives and to find find an off-ramp, because the farmers don't want to be using chemicals anyway. They're very expensive. They know, they have some of the highest cancer rates of any profession. And farmers care about their land. They want to leave it for their kids. It also destroys the microbiome in the soil, and that causes erosion. And so it's not a good long-term solution. The issue is, how do you transition off of it without putting farmers out of business?
Right.
Here's that laser.
Oh, wow. That's unbelievable. Laser weeding robot kills 100,000 weeds per hour.
Yeah, and it also kills insects. You can program it to kill, certain insects. And that machine probably costs $1 million. So,
but if you could have a couple of those running at night through your farm, that'd be sick.
Yeah, it's a lot better than using chemical pesticides. So this is going to be, the future, but
we're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
Wow.
Well, but you can't shut it down straight away because it's being used by so many different companies in different places. That's mad, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That is mad.
It's crazy, absolutely crazy.
227. That's mad. Like, Anthony is getting hockeyed over here. There's only 11 watching on Anthony's and 10 watching on Martin's. We've 227 watching on mine, and then we've loads watching on the internet.
But normally Anthony's able to, I don't know, whatever way he does it on YouTube or something, that he's normally able to get the accurate numbers. Do you know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's not
right, so that's So we've Sherry Tenpenny then.
That was Sherry Tenpenny there, I just did.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll just pull this up. Yeah, that's the guy. So Liz Churchill.
Liz Churchill, right? Okay, yeah.
Let's have a look at Liz.
Let's see if this actually. Just when we're talking about the health thing, there's another video. I might just send over to you. It's quick. I thought this
The
one
Liz
was
Churchill one is just talking about eugenics. Bill Gates. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just share that thing. And I will read it.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking up this other video here.
All right. You can read that there. Yeah. Eugenist Bill Gates and Jeffrey Epstein, a child trafficker, spoke often about health and vaccines. 47,000 children in India were crippled and left permanently disabled as a direct result of Bill Gates' polio vaccine. Look at what he's done. 47,000 crippled children. Look, isn't that man?
But do we not remember when he went down to Africa with the tetanus vaccine and he sterilized a load of girls down there? And yet he's allowed to talk about vaccines and recommend vaccines after everything he's done. He should be in jail, never see the light of day again.
Well, they are being done in the Netherlands. I lost my job. I would not use Roundup. If they shut it down straight away, people would starve in the US. Yeah, that's the glyphosate.
Yeah.
But Paul, but you're the stud, Paul. Why do you think Orla is here? Okay, I don't know what that was. Okay, I don't know what that was. I don't know. Drew,
Go back
Drew
there,
just-
Galloway. What are you going on about?
I don't know. I don't know what he's on about.
But you're a stud. Why do you think Orla's here?
You're a stud. Why do you think Orla is here? I don't know. Stop airing at the same time. At the same time as what? I don't know what you mean. We're all going out. This show is going out on all of our platforms.
Live.
Through.
Yeah.
It's going out live on all of ours. On 8. We've 8 things. We've the internet. We've Facebook. We've Twitter, and we're trying to get it on TikTok. But we'll see. We're 191. Yeah, nice one. Fair play.
Okay. Right. I've just sent you over 2 videos. I came across this lady on TikTok, right? Because that's actually where I get most of my stuff from. I like TikTok.
Fair play. Thanks, Colin.
It doesn't drive me crazy like X. But
Yeah, well,
so,
I've pulled down a couple here, right, that I want to talk about the vaccine,
Yeah.
okay?
now these are not vaccine. This is not vaccine. This is
Okay, well,
Kerry
this is
Gold
vaccine,
and raw
okay.
milk.
Yeah, this is vaccine. Okay. In all of these studies, okay, they go to Congress and the CDC spout this out all the time that there's been 666 safety studies done against all childhood vaccines. Okay. I'm going to break this down for you now. This man is going to break this down for you now. Wait and you see exactly how many studies is actually done.
661 studies that Dr. Scott is talking about in terms of these inert placebo controls. And just describe that in detail. I think it's interesting.
Sure. Actually, I think Dr. Scott has done a great service in terms of pointing out the lack of clinical trials supporting the safety of the routine injected childhood vaccines. You see, he's saying there are 661 inert controlled trials to support the safety of the routine injected childhood vaccines. But when you actually drill down into those 661 trials, let me give you the breakdown of them, okay? 567 of these trials were not a routine injected vaccine for a disease on the CDC's childhood schedule. They were for HIV vaccines or other vaccines. So totally irrelevant to the safety of routine injected childhood vaccines. The remaining 94 studies, 70 of them did not involve healthy children. For example, trials of HIV positive adults. Again, completely irrelevant to the safety of childhood vaccines. Of the remaining 24, 21 did not involve a U.S. licensed vaccine or was a vaccine it was not a vaccine used as a control to license a currently used U.S. licensed vaccine. For example, a Chinese flu shot, stuff like that. That leaves us with 3 studies, 3, that were claimed to have a inert control that were relied upon to license a routine injected childhood vaccine out of this entire list of 661. And these actually help really highlight the problem we have in terms of assessing safety with regards to the licensure of childhood vaccines. I want good clinical trial data. I need it for my practice. Okay, let me walk through those 3. One was a trial for the chickenpox vaccine, the varicella vaccine. Now that trial had, it was only a few hundred people, so it was underpowered anyway. But Dr. Scott says it's got an inert control, but actually it was an injection of neomycin, an antibiotic. That's not inert.
No.
And neomycin used topically can cause issues, let alone injected. The result is there's 0 trials, 0, which were relied upon in this list of 61 to license a routine injected vaccine on the CDC schedule that included a placebo, as well as 0 trials of a vaccine used as a control to license a routine injection vaccine on the CDC schedule.
Wow. So out of that 661, none of them were safety trials. None of them were safety trials. Wow. And this is what they keep ranting and raving about. There were 661 studies done, and I have this same guy, okay, this is in the same hearing, okay? If vaccines were safe and effective, why have vaccine companies got vaccine immunity? The
Exactly.
1986 US 1986 Vaccine
Mhm.
Act. Let's just listen to him.
Why do we need the 1986 Act if vaccines are so safe too? Why does a product need immunity if it doesn't cause harm? And why does products that have been on the market for decades, why do products that have been on the market for decades, like the hepatitis B vaccine, still need that immunity? Do we still not know they're safe enough to lift the immunity on those products? Look, drug products that have very limited markets, tiny markets, that are given to very few people that have really bad adverse event profiles can still be sold profitably. Why? Pharma companies typically need to do two things. Number one, they need to make the product as safe as technologically feasible. And by doing so, they avoid design defect claims, which is the primary way you hold a company accountable for harms from their product. The type of claim you can never bring for a childhood vaccine. The second way is they disclose the risks that product can cause, and hence they avoid failure to warn claims. Those are the two primary claims that would be levied against a pharmaceutical company. I do not understand. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not true. There's probably a reason that this immunity still needs to continue for these products. And pretending that that reason doesn't exist is not going to make the problem any better, and it's not going to safeguard the kids that are injured by these products.
Like, this is coming out every day, and every day we're seeing more and more and more coming out, and people are still going and getting themselves injected here. People are still going and getting flu injections. They're still getting all these mRNA.
And then the flu vaccine has come out, and it's been said that there's a 27% chance, higher chance of you getting the flu after taking the vaccine. And the Minister for Health, who supposedly took it, then got a very bad flu, and still turned around and told people to get it. Like, the idiocy behind this is unbelievable. But again, sure, what can you do? What can you do?
Someone is saying there's a camera sound. Is that me with the mouse?
There's a what?
Someone said there's a camera sound. It must be a clicking sound. It must be me.
All right, okay.
Oh, God. Okay. This is a lawsuits that's happening in the US. This is just because of the vaccine. So let's just have a watch of this.
So in case you missed it, the CDC is currently being sued by 2 pediatricians. And there are a lot of takeaways in this lawsuit that parents need to be aware of. So let's talk about them. First, who are these doctors that are suing the CDC? Well, the first is Dr. Paul Thomas. You might have heard of him. He wrote a book called The Vaccine Friendly Plan. And the second is Dr. Kenneth Stroller. Now, there are 3 main points in this lawsuit that I want us to talk about. The first is they are claiming that the CDC has never evaluated the cumulative effects of all 72 doses that are currently on the vaccine schedule. Page 10 of the claim states that neither the FDA nor the CDC has ever required or conducted safety testing of the cumulative childhood schedule. So what they're saying here is not only are vaccines not being tested against inert placebos during their trials, they are also not being tested to see if they are compatible with the other vaccines that are already scheduled to be given that day to the child. And then furthermore, they are not evaluating the schedule as a whole to see if all 72 of those doses in the body are safe together. Then on page 12 of the lawsuit, they go on to talk about the Institute of Medicine's 2013 report, and they bring up 2 excellent points. They say that no studies have compared the differences in health outcomes between entirely unimmunized populations of children and fully immunized children. Furthermore, studies designed to examine the long-term effects of the cumulative number of vaccines or other aspects of the immunization schedule have not been conducted. So here we see that the Institute of Medicine was asking the CDC to do these studies, which is exactly what that first doctor, Dr. Paul Thomas, did. He evaluated within his own patients in his own clinic. He looked at the vaccinated versus the unvaccinated, and he published a study reporting what he found. Within 5 days of publishing that study, his medical license was removed. Second point in this lawsuit that we need to talk about is related to the CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, or ACIP. When they recommend a vaccine, they can label it either Category A or Category B. When they label it Category A, that means that they think that it should apply universally to all children, as opposed to when they label it Category B, which means that shared clinical decision-making between the physician and the family based on individual circumstances is recommended. Now, it's important to note that almost every vaccine on the childhood schedule is currently labeled Category A. Now, this can mean big trouble for doctors who try to write medical exemptions for certain patients. It can cause them to lose their medical license. And that's exactly what happened to the second doctor in the lawsuit, Dr. Kenneth Stroller. So the third aspect of this lawsuit that we need to talk about are the biennial reports. So back when the 1986 National Vaccine Act was passed, there was a provision included that required HHS to submit to Congress every other year a report on vaccine safety. Now, guess how many of these biennial reports have been submitted to Congress since 1986? 0. So there's a lot going on in this lawsuit, and parents are definitely going to want to pay attention as it all unfolds and many things are brought to the light. Remember, if you'd like me to send you the vaxxed versus unvaxxed studies from Dr. Paul Thomas and others, or if you'd like a copy of this lawsuit so you can read through it yourself, just comment send and I'll send both your way.
She's very good. She is very good now, I have to say.
Never heard of her
She's
now.
been doing this. Yeah, she's very good. I follow her on TikTok.
Oh, very
and
good.
on Twitter. But
Very good.
my late dad had a tumor on his head. The doctor in the hospital said he'd never seen as many tumors until these injections, turbo cancer.
Yeah,
There's
sure,
never
no,
been,
destroying the
nobody
day.
nobody ever heard of turbo cancer before 2022. And that's like nobody, doctors, nothing. I've never heard of it. I never touched a jab. I was in America when it all kicked off. I never touched it. I said, when God wants me, then it will be my time. Yeah, I agree with you.
Exactly.
I said this before. Epstein was involved in these big pharma companies. He was obsessed with transhumanism and said he wanted a piece of himself to reside with. Yeah, scumbags. Right, Orla, I think will we finish her up there for this evening?
Yeah, I sent you over those 2 videos, so just play them.
What are they?
So this is a lady that she's on TikTok and she goes in under, sorry, hold on a second, Tory Hill Farm. So the first one is on Kerrygold and then the second one's on raw milk. Now,
I've seen this, yeah.
yeah, they're only short anyway.
This is not very loud either. Let's just see. I'm going to share that and just tell me if it's loud.
Butter is not organic. It is grass-fed, which is a marketing term created by Bord Bia and others. Kerrygold butter still allows for things on farms to be used like chemical fertilizer, genetically modified feed, and sprays like glyphosate, and also it's a conventional system so cows don't get as much space as an organic system. Having said that, it's still a pretty good butter and tastes good and everything, but it is a much higher standard and harder standard to meet if you are organic. And that is why out of the 17,500 dairy farmers in Ireland, only about 70 are organic, and then only 3 of those 70 are making organic butter. So yeah, still really good butter, but Kerrygold is not organic. There's a lot of hate online for raw milk at the moment, but no one's talking about the fact that Danone has recalled a load of its baby formula, including some that was made in Ireland, because it has something in it that can give you stomach cramps and vomiting. And I'm a certified supplier of raw milk. It's tested and everything so that I can sell it. There's only 4 certified suppliers of raw milk in Ireland. It comes direct from my cows and my farm. But it's interesting that there's so much hate online for raw milk at the minute, but no one's talking about the big multinational company that's had a huge international recall.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
I've never had raw milk, right? But so she seems to be over in the west of Ireland. And as I said, she's on TikTok and she goes in under Tory Hill House, right? Okay. And I actually find her videos very good. And she's talking about the raw milk. She's Jersey cows. And she says there's I'll actually get it for next week and we'll play it. Because she was saying some of the ingredients of, we'll say, raw milk are very similar to breast milk, you know, human breast milk. So like it always seems to be the case that anything that maybe is natural or anything that might help in a more normal way that isn't chemically inclined, or we'll say 101 million additive to it, there seems to be hate against all that. I wonder why that is. Is it because there's no money in any of that for the government? The money seems to be in, giving everyone tablets and medication and vaccines and everything that they can get money on, rather than trying to keep people healthy.
I know, Orla. I know. But that's how it works now, isn't it? It's all about money now. That's all it is.
It is.
Money,
There's
money,
money in new
money,
medications, money in vaccines. That's where your money is. Keep people sick.
Yeah. That's it. Dirty gold, the Fenians. Yeah.
Well, I'm seeing a lot of stuff now. I came across another video. I think I don't know where I have it now, and they're saying there seems to be some sort of a change to the Kerrygold. Looks even like a completely different color. Very pale. It's nearly white.
Yeah. I don't know. They don't want us healthy. Yes.
No, they don't.
Pasteurization destroys all good that is in milk. She is 100%. Yeah. To be fair, raw milk is hard to swallow for the unindictated. Should not be uneducated, but that's the way we are now. Yeah, I call them medical mafia. Buttermilk, a cured patient is a lost customer. Well said.
Well, you see, that's what it's all about, money.
What? Dirty gold is margarine. Yeah. Remember, milk in glass bottles always had cream. Yeah,
Yes.
I used to love it.
Yes. But that's probably milk before the 101 ingredients have been added into it.
Yeah. If you can buy us a coffee, there's the thing there. Please do, people. I'm going to stop sharing that one, and I'm going to share this one for the last time tonight, as I want you all to be there, please. Tusla on the 1st of April at 12 noon. Please, everybody be there. I don't care whether you're fighting with anyone or you're not talking to people or anything like that. Get there. Show your support for this. This is a really worthwhile cause. Please get there. Show this government that Ireland's children are not for sale anymore. Thank you. Cheers, people. Please get there. Orla, well, we're at that time, Orla, and thank you very much. It's emotional. It was an emotional night. Fair play. We got through everything we were supposed to get through.
Yeah.
With no distractions from Martin or Corson or anything like that. So happy days, Orla. Thank you very much.
Yes,
And
Martin actually bought me earphones today.
Deadly.
So he said
Thanks
he was
to everyone
buying
who
them.
was tuned in as well. Fair play, Orla. I'll drop you now. I'll talk to you in a minute.
Good night.
Talk to you in 2 minutes. Cheers. Night. God bless. Well, people, yeah, that was a packed show tonight. Now I have to say, I'm going to go down. Mickey Kelly had up a picture of Kerrygold butter. It looks like butter you get in America. Yeah. Blessing, it says no. Thank you all for the info. Yeah. Yeah. COVID wasn't made for the job. Yeah, great show as always. Paul and Orla. Thank you very much, Angela. Have you heard about the Donovan in the over 30s, Angela? We'll have to go down a bit of crack, yeah. There's a few good bands and all down there, so we must. I'll be going down the next few weeks. So I'll let you know. We can go for a point. And I'm on you, Marie. Yes, it's one module away from Plaza. Yeah, great show. Thank you. Many thanks, Paul and Orla. Good night. Thanks, Paul. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. We're going to finish up with what we say every night. The truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. You just let it loose, and it will defend itself. Good night, and God bless everyone.